Welcome to the new episode of the I Am live podcast on this channel at Astra, to the stars. On this channel we are going to talk and unveil the success stories of enlightened personalities, supernatural phenomena beyond scientific investigation, the existence of aliens or advanced species, UFO sightings, philosophical and psychological topics aligned with occult and esoteric truth. I am Sir Neats, your host in this I Am live podcast.
On my channel at Astra to the Stars. Today we're going to talk a very interesting topic which only few people can resonate. The topic is the cosmic origin of the people on Earth. So I'm going to trace the cosmic origin of people on Earth who were in charge of helping the Earthlings to propagate, to be what we are now today, and from what particular part of the galaxy who were in contact with us in the beginning of our existence as Earthlings on Earth. Only those who are awakened can resonate to this video, because the resources which I'm going to give you do not come from books, do not come from our teachers, do not come from this usual from research based on primary and secondary sources. Although we can find that in some of the primary sources like emerald tablets, which were written not in English but in ancient languages of the Sumerians. So and most of the resources, the knowledge which I'm going to tell you, comes from messages from above, from downloads. Because one of the things that we should know is knowledge does not only come from the books, from the teachers, but there is this what we call this Akashic record. Now, if we can access to our Akashic record, then we can have all the information starting from the past, present, and the future. What is this Akashic record? Akashic record is an energetic space of all that contains everything. The history, the things of the people on Earth since from the beginning. Not only the people, but also entities in all living beings, their emotions, their things that they have mentioned, because everything is being recorded. Everything that we're doing, our energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. Could be light energy. So it's being recorded there, and those who have access to this Akashic record are really very, what they call this, privileged people now, because they can attune to that frequency. Okay, so in a very far away galaxy, there was this people, a race which they live in the constellation of Lyra, so they call themselves Lyrans. This race or advanced species were very peaceful. They wanted just to pray, meditate, and they are magical people. They wanted only to give love to other people, because they have not experienced so much dissonance or conflicts now in their planets, in their star system, because they are positive beings. So they are mostly these inhabitants or race from Lyra, constellation of Lyra, normally from fifth to the seventh dimension. So most of them are etheric. That they could travel from one planet or galaxy to the other without having a spacecraft, a spaceship, no, because they are etheric. So these rays were so positive that um, uh, there are also other rays from other constellations who got jealous and they wanted to destroy this race. So in other faraway constellations called Orion, Orion, the constellation is known for hunter. Now they were called hunters, so they're noted for hunting people, hunting inhabitants or races, especially positive ones. So the Orions belong to negative, no? To the negative beings, the negative race. Um, so what they did, since they are not connected to the source, uh, they exist by creating fear, around them, and so because of that, their main purpose in the universe is to destroy. So they entered, they really uh, they wanted to get these planets, the star system, the Lyra. So they destroy it with their advanced technology. They use nuclear and many more. No, it's like if you watch Star Wars, so that's what was going on in both constellations. Orions who were populated by the negative race, the Draconians and the Reptilians, attacked the Lyrans, who were peaceful, loving, and quiet, and the positive beings, because these Lyrans were connected to the source, were connected to God, and Lyrans have souls, whereas the Draconians and the Reptilians, most of them, no, they were connected to the source because they have no souls. So after the destruction of the star system, Lyra, so these scattered, around the universe or galaxies, and most of them went to the star system or the constellation of Sirius and Pleiades. And Pleiades, now they started to review, or the Pleiades, they wanted to continue preserve their race, especially in Taygeta. So the Taygetans were mostly came from the star system of Lyra, or the Lyrans. Now the Lyrans not only stayed in Taygeta, but they also went as far as Earth. So they settled on Earth, and they wanted to preserve their race by intermingling with the Earthlings, sharing their DNA through altering DNA, or to marriages, with the people on Earth who were also in the fifth dimension. So the people on Earth, first, in the first inhabitants of Earth, they were in the fifth dimension. So they were also spiritual, and they have this the capacity or power to manifest what you wanted it to be, because they also belong to the fifth dimension. They were in the fifth dimensional beings. Now, when the reptilians and the draconians knew that the Lyrans went as far as Earth, so they run after the Lyrans. So they were so aggressive to destroy the race of the positive Lyrans, because they were so jealous, got jealous of their magical powers, because they were most of them were etheric, they can manifest what they want because they belong to the higher, they were high in the high dimensional beings. So before coming to the earth, the reptilians and the draconians, um, the Illyrians were already forming they're preserving their inhabitants, their race, in that particular race on earth called the Atlanteans. Now, so Atlantis was already there. Atlantis, and also there are two civilizations that were connected to the Lyrans. Now, the Atlantis, the Atlantean, and the Lemurians, or Lemuria and Atlantis. So in the beginning, they were also in good terms. The Lemurian, which the inhabitants most if you can find that in India, and somewhere in Asia, in Hawaii. Atlantis, of course, in the Atlantic Ocean, and the submerged, in the bottom of the sea. Before during their existence, so they were already influenced, by the Lyrans. Now, when the reptilians and the draconians from the constellation of Orion knew that, so they would like to destroy the community that was being formed by the Lyrans, so especially this Atlantean, in the Atlantis. So they influenced the Atlanteans, to become negative and to create confusion, and of course, using their manipulations, because these civilizations, the draconians and the reptilians, they were good in manipulating people, or race, to serve them, to serve their purpose. So when they were so because of that, that's why here comes the conflict now between the Lemurians and the Atlanteans. So the Lemurians went as far as I've said before, as Hawaii, scattered, because they were also peaceful, loving people that they were not influenced by, they do not wanted to be influenced by the reptilians or the draconians. Okay, so there was this enmity, animosity, between the people from Atlantis and the Lemurians, due to of the advice of these negative beings, from constellation Orion, the reptilians and the draconians. Now, there was this ongoing war in space. So in the galaxy, before that, in our galaxy, the Milky Way, there was this planet that was situated next to Earth, and that planet called Chamat, or Tiamat. So Tiamat was located near the Earth. It's there, and the Taigetans, those who would like to also to pay, their they want to serve also the Lyrans on Earth, because they were also Lyrans. They also protect the Earth, or the Milky Way, the galaxy of the Milky Way, and they stayed in the Tiamat. And but there was this sudden attack, no, by by the reptilians and the draconians, and there was this war on space, and Tiamat, no, was destroyed. So the destruction of Tiamat, no, it's a water planet, caused this cataclysmic event, no, on Earth. So the what we call this, the eruption of volcanoes and earthquakes, no, because it's no longer balanced. So that is why the flood, no, the deluge, the great flood that we heard in the Bible, the flood, the Noah's Ark, no, the event of the great deluge occurred, no, and even destroyed Egypt, because Egypt is part of Atlantic. No, it's part of Atlantis. So because of the great flood, no, the Atlantis, Atlanteans, or the civilization of Atlantis submerged, no, at the bottom of the sea. But the Lemurians and the faction of Lemurians called Agarthans knew that there was this cataclysmic event, no, on Earth. So they prepared themselves. They have prepared themselves, and then they went into underground, and then saved themselves. So that's why there are still inhabitants, no, especially the Lemurians, who live underground. So the Earth is not, no, it's not, no, the Earth is hollow, and there are tunnels, no, that were built, no, by Lemurians, connecting this from one countries to the other, no, okay. The Earth is not, no, the Earth is a hollow, no, okay. So after the destructions, here comes the another stellar, no, the stellar race, no, from above. I think this stellar race come from Triangulum, the constellation of Triangulum, the Anunnaki, and this Anunnaki, or the Enki, no, the negative race of Anunnaki, the Enki, because there is this another one, the Enlil, the positive one, went into Earth to really get this gold, no, gold. They turned the gold into white powder now to really preserve their planet, and their inhabitants, not their race, because this gold, powder gold, it helps them to restore, no, their bodies, no, sicknesses, no, or it is now in ancient time, this white gold used for this fountain of youth, immortality, you know, that makes us immortal. So these inhabitants, Anunnaki, needed workers, or to work for them. So what they did, because they have this technology, they modified the people on Earth, those who already in the fifth dimensional being. So they modified the DNA of the Earthlings to lower it, into the third, dimension. So that is why they became, slaves, because through fear, and by force and manipulation, they can really force the inhabitants of the Earthlings of Earth to follow. So from then on, so we already became slaves and served the Enki, the Enki, the Anunnaki, after they modified our our DNA. Okay, so later, no, this Enki and the reptilians and the draconians who also survived, no, during the Great Flood, they connive each other to continue their manipulation of the people on Earth. So, so today, no, um, they continue their manipulation to, introducing these religions, controlling mass media, military establishments, even labor and educational system, uh, to believe in the wrong, especially in the religions, in his religious belief, and the wrong concept of God, God as king, and we are the slaves. God is the creator, and we are at the mercy of the creator. Uh, we have to take good care of ourselves because we are sinners. So those kind of manipulations now were also uh, given to us, the moment we were born. So that is why we are this under that particular matrix of submission. So so today, if we're going to look at our no our situation on Earth, so people really, Earthlings are greatly manipulated, and and there are also those who are awakened, especially today, the coming of these solar flash, because, and also uh, we are now moving towards Aquarius, no? And Aquarius is the golden age. It's the age of great awakening. But the awakening, um, it it's really it's really done by our own free will. No, the Taigitans, not only the Taigitans or the advanced species now who knew that were manipulated, they just could not just land, with their spaceship on Earth and then save us, because the only thing that would save us is our consent, our collective consciousness, because the the group of advanced species, no, this group this galactic group, no, uh, respect our free will, and what we call this, they have their prime directives na non-intervention. They should not intervene us, but first start now with our own consciousness, collective consciousness, that we are stellar, no, beings, who are interdimensional beings, and we have to get out now from this manipulation, this matrix, no, of manipulation. So again, so it's up to us right now, and they are helping us through channeling. They are helping us also messages, but to really save us using advanced weapons, and to destroy this this cabal, no, the elite, no, the cabal who are really, in this is the pawns of the reptilians and draconians, and some of the cabals are already hybrid reptilians, and they are already running, or no, or they are already in all parts of the world. No, it could be the prime minister, the secretary of state, actress and actresses, the financial magnate. No, they were stationed there to manipulate us, no, human beings. So So, although with this help, now this golden age, now with this coming of the age of Aquarius, now this is our hope, but we have to be in our collective consciousness. Now, we should be now, not because uh, we were dictated by them, but it's our own free will that we would like to be saved now from this kind of manipulation. So on Earth, they are there to the manipulation through fear. So you can find that everywhere. So that's why we have to overcome our fear in order for us not to reach or to ascend into the fifth dimension and higher, so that we could also say that we could also say that we affirm our sovereignty as race with souls and connected to the source. So thank you very much for watching and listening to this podcast. I know only those who are awake can resonate to this, to the things that I have just mentioned. But anyway, I challenge you to do your research in order to also find the history of our the cosmic origin of our people on Earth. So we should not rely uh, so much on this mythical story, in the Bible. But although theologians acknowledge also that the Book of Genesis is also a myth, and it has this hidden messages to be interpreted and put into a proper perspective, because even during the time of the Sumerian tablets, the manipulation was already, it's already started there, and even up to the present. So it's almost thousands of years, if we're going to the manipulation, if we're going to look at 2023 before Christ. Now there was already this manipulation. That's why we cannot ascend, we cannot become what we are today. So please do your research and go to claim your sovereignty, that we are stellar and interdimensional beings. So thank you for watching my podcast. I hope you learned something. If you resonate, subscribe to my channel, add Astra to the star. And again, my last word is, we came from the stars, and from the stars and to the stars we shall return. Thank you very much.